Well, here at CREM, we are covering everything you need to know when it comes to getting back to school, kids back in the classroom. This morning, I'm joined by Brittany Thorpe, who is a dietitian with Multicare, and we're talking all about healthy school lunch options. So you've brought in some options. Tell me what a healthy school lunch looks like.
Yeah, so when we're thinking about school lunches, it doesn't have to be traditional lunch foods necessarily or a perfect meal, but we're looking for a few components. So number one, where's our protein? So like a dairy product, a meat, eggs, nuts. That's great. So protein is number one. Let's get some color, so some produce. So fruits and vegetables always are going to be a staple. And then we want to also have a nice starch, so a carbohydrate-rich option. So like a tortilla. Bonus if it's whole grains, because they give you a little bit more fiber, like these whole grain crackers or some pretzels. And then kids do need a little bit more calcium because they are growing their bones. And so what's nice about dairy, it's protein and it has calcium. But we've got some cheese, and we could do even some fortified soy milk or something on the side if your kiddo doesn't eat dairy.
Yeah, and so that is another thing to think about when it comes to getting back to school, and maybe parents have picky eaters. What are some tips that they can follow to make sure that their picky eater is getting all of the nutrients that they need?
That's a great question. So we really want to allow our kids to make choices and decisions, but we can give those guidelines. So we know the components of our meal, so we can say, hey, do you want to have a chicken wrap today, or do you want some hard-boiled eggs? So we are giving them variety and options, but also if your kid, let's say, doesn't want vegetables without ranch, an eaten vegetable with a dip is going to be better than none eaten at all. So we can have all those other sauces and dips if it's going to encourage them to eat a more variety at the meal.
Right, yes. And of course, you know, in the mornings and we're getting back to school and getting back into that routine, what are some maybe convenience options for parents that are short on time?
Oh yeah, I'm all about convenience. If you're a Costco fan or even just a grocery store, you're gonna find a lot of staples. So what's nice, if I'm thinking about protein, there you can find some individually sized pre-cooked meats. We've got some pre-peeled hard-boiled eggs. Fresh fruit is always great, especially when it's in season, but I've got some nice no added sugar like fruit leathers. All kids kind of like those. You know, if nuts are allowed, or I have edamame here, so that's soybeans. So definitely having convenience, but still it's good quality foods is going to save you time. Not necessarily money always, but save you some time with meal prep.
Yes, definitely. And then, you know, I've got one more question for you, Brittany. When it comes to kind of talking about school lunch that they might be getting at the school, what are some pointers that you might talk to your child about when it comes to picking healthy options? Yeah,
so in every school lunch menu is going to maybe look a little bit different. They do have to follow nutrition guidelines, right? And so in general, it should be meeting all of the criteria for food with all of the components we're looking for. But if you are trying to make sure your kid is eating it, I always recommend look at the menu with your kid ahead of time, identify what days they maybe want to pack their lunches, and then what days they're going to have the school lunch.
Awesome. Brittany, thank you so much for this. I think it's going to set parents up very successfully for this school year. We thank you so much for joining us this morning.